Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to this collective reading. I'm giving it a good shuffle and a spread, and this would be a 6-card spread, and I want you to intuitively a bit meditate before you enter this reading. Focus on your problem and then focus on the solution. What is the solution? And you have to just make a prayer to Source to provide you the solution, provide you with the solution. And that will actually help you to sink in with this reading much better. And then, as I can see, and you can also see, we have the 10 of Swords, we have the Ace of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, the King of Wands, and the 7 of Cups reversed, and we have the World. This is a reading that I can already say it's for those people who have learnt via their ups and downs. So you see, it starts from 10 of Swords and it's ending at the World. So it's a reading which is telling me that you are going to release a pattern here, and you have to see, and maybe you learn, not maybe, you would learn that there's nothing really bad in life. Everything is good. Everything can be turned into positive, and all your disadvantages can turn into your advantages. So what's this wave telling us? First of all, it starts straight away from you ending something. You ending a cycle, you ending a pattern, you detaching from an emotion that has been in your life for a while. It could be limerence, it could be a bad relationship, it could be people in your workplace, at your workplace, that are difficult. And you could be in a leadership role or you could be employed under someone, that doesn't matter. But work, love, relationships with others, family matters, lots and lots of things happen to us which teach us lessons. And this is one of those readings which gives you clarity. So pain is something that leads you to inner work. And this is what is being shown to me. It could be something which has been it has been long term or going on since childhood or teenage years. And finally you want to put a stop to it. But grieving actually helps a lot. So when you grieve the pain, or you say observe the pain, you reach to a point where you start seeing something positive about it. When you're going through it, it might not look positive. It might look negative, or you might say to God, why are you doing this to me? Why are you putting me through this? You might fight with your destiny. You might say, this is not fair. This is not justified. This is not justice. You're not doing right to me. Or you might just think that, why is my fate so bad? Why is my destiny so bad? When you look at who to pinpoint at, whose fault is it? Is it your fault? Is it destiny? Is it God? Or is it another person? You're not able to come to a conclusion. Let's say it's nobody's fault. It's not the fault of the external party. It's not the third party. It's not your fault. It's not God's fault. It's not the fault of your destiny. And that conclusion you get from the world eventually. So, yes, painful endings, deep wounds, betrayal, loss, and crisis. All of this eventually leads you to love, new relationship, or a newness in your relationship. So it could be an old relationship, or it could be an ongoing relationship. It could be an intense bond. Maybe it's not a very old relationship. Maybe it's not even a year long. Maybe it's just 2 years long. Maybe you got married to someone and you faced problems, or it's a strong commitment that you have with someone, but it's giving you lots of challenges. But you still know within yourself, and the other person also shows up for you, and so you know that this is long term / or intense connection, a genuine connection. When it comes to career or money making or work, then too you know that this is leading to something good. You're learning something from it. You're not doing something out of pressure or force. And if there is some kind of pressure, emotional pressure, then also it's like a responsibility you're fulfilling. So when you're fulfilling a responsibility, then also, my dear friends, you don't look at what you're doing. Sometimes you may not like your job that much, but you know that it brings food on your table, or it brings luxuries to you and your people, and it brings you some kind of joy when you work hard and you get the bounties, you get the gifts. You are able to do something good out of it. Slowly and gradually, you will start finding a purpose, even in that job or that work or that business, because something happened that you're over there. So Ace of Cups is telling me that whatever it is, you're going to welcome it and you're going to allow yourself to be open towards it. Sometimes when we start something, it looks kind of confusing. You feel, is there clarity in this or not? Or you feel there's too much negativity. But you're determined to wade through it and you're determined to make it work. Because you have some reason for it, some very solid reason for it. And so there is creativity. What kind of creativity? Either the job or the relationship or the situation requires you to be creative, think new things, new ways of handling it, or it is overall making you a solid person in terms of being a nurturer, being a giver, being a creative force basically. When I look at the upright wheel of fortune, I'm being told, this is a good sign actually, very, very, very good sign. I'm being told that universe is working in your favor. And universe is helping you to reach your goals. Universe is on your side. God is on your side. Source is on your side. And whatever changes you're looking at, they are for your higher good. Sometimes today I was given to this in clairvoyance. Sometimes it's just about keeping quiet. Like it's a gush of energy. It's making you very angry, very upset, really annoyed. You want to say something, strong words. You're unhappy about something. You could be in a situation where you really want to blast at a person. Maybe you do also 20-30%. But then you are in a meditative space, or you can enter the meditative trance or space where you say, I'm not going to say anything because this is all external stuff. I'll be quiet. I'll sit in one corner. I will do chanting, whatever it takes. Or I will just journal it out. Or I will just not react. I will control myself. I will control myself in a way that I do not allow the anger to consume me. This is the most difficult task. Sometimes we ourselves don't know that the anger has taken over us, and we behave in the way that any ordinary untrained person would do. People who don't know anything, people who are not conscious and aware, and people have not yet awakened, they are going to react to the situation as per their programming. But you have now reached that stage where you should not react to your programming, because you know that we are programmed to be miserable. We are programmed to suffer. We are programmed by the Maya, by 3D reality, by 3D world, as I would say, to create a reality, to create a 3D reality. Let me rephrase it. We are programmed by Maya, by the society, by whatever we go through in our childhood, to create a 3D reality, a three-dimensional reality. And we're also programmed to only look at 3D. It's not bad. 3D is not bad. I'm not saying it's a bad space. But we are programmed to look at it in a negative way, wearing negative glasses. So what are we supposed to do? We're supposed to say to ourselves that I know that this situation is negative, or I know this person is appearing to be a devil right now, or just an annoying person, just a selfish person, a narcissistic person. But if I react the same way as I see them doing it, There's no difference in me and them. And then they win because they turn me into their own version. So do whatever it takes to actually swallow it, gulp it down, but in a healthy way. Not in a way that it demotivates you. And watch your mind, watch your brain, watch your mind, whatever you call it, your thoughts, that while you are quietly transmuting it, while you're quietly transcending from it, at that point in time, do not get ruled by negative mental chatter, because your negative mental chatter is going to tell you a lot of things. You're not worthy of love, you're not good enough, everybody's out there to get you, nobody cares for you because you're different, because you're on a spiritual awakening journey, they don't understand you, these are 3D people, they're all programmed, they're all asleep. Okay, they're asleep and they're programmed, but you are in the center point. You are the person who's looking at them, like you're viewing them in your perspective, in your reality, and you're the one who's facing a problem. They may not be facing any problem, or they may not even care, and we don't know their version, we don't know their perspective, and we don't need to know at this point in time. We don't need to play a role over there. Maybe our role is to not play any role. Maybe our role is just to observe. Maybe our role is to not be a part of the play, but just be an observer, like how we watch a movie or a TV show. Sometimes the TV show or a movie does not align with us. What do? Do we continue watching it? No. We change the channel or we go somewhere. Do we also sit and brood about it? We'll say, it's not of my taste. I don't want to watch it. Let me watch something else. And instantly you start doing something else. You don't waste your time thinking about it. In fact, if something is too heavy, you can think about it later on, but you always look at it like a movie or a TV show or a play. Like you could say, I did not like watching this. This is too disgusting. Or, this is very sad. It's a sad story. But you do not become that story, right? Most of the times. But yes, people who are not awakened yet, people who are programmed, they don't know how to detach with stuff. They in fact start thinking that it's happening to this character, so it's happening to me as well. Yes, so here comes the reversed King of Wands. With the Wheel of Fortunes, I want to remind you once again that luck is on your side, God is on your side, good energies are on your side. In case you are facing problems, like let's say, because this is like a runner-chaser dynamic, it starts with Ten of Swords, and then it goes up to Ace of Cups, and then it goes further up to Wheel of Fortune, then it comes down from there to King of Wands, because King of Wands is showing me trouble in leading people, trouble in leading a circumstance, trouble in leading a situation. Okay, it is telling us that you still have not developed complete sense of comfort with how to do things, and there is still a bit of impulsiveness and haste, and sometimes you can get ruthless. And I think now I can understand why I spoke about suddenly out of Wheel of Fortune. I happened to speak about the clairvoyant message, where I was told that sometimes we all need to keep quiet and just watch. Every time it's not about giving it back to others. Every time it's not about proving a point. Every time it's not about telling others that how they've hurt you, how much they've hurt you, and how irresponsible they are, or how they do this or they do that. Everybody knows what they're doing. Let me tell you that. When people goof up, when they make mistakes, when they hurt others, they know it. But it's not necessary they have to apologize to us. It's not even necessary they have to fix everything there and then. It's not necessary they have to be in control. Sometimes we have to be in control. Sometimes we have to be the higher person. And most of the time, being the higher person helps a lot. Because being that higher person is not easy. So people don't want to do it. It's difficult. But it has a lot of benefits. And this we can learn by actually practicing it. And like I said, in one of the channelings, we have to practice what we preach. Even for me as a channeler, if I speak about all of this, but I don't practice it at all, in my case, I would say a couple of years back, I would advise something to someone because intuitively I would get those answers or solutions. And then the next day itself, can you believe it? Next day itself, I would go through something similar. Or let's say I've judged someone like 15 years back, okay, in a certain situation. I judged someone saying that, oh, how can they do this? How can they behave like this? How can they treat their child like this? Or how can they treat, their partner like this? Or how can they treat their best friend like this? Blah, 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 whatever. God would do something to me. Either, like I said, few years back, it became like instant. So if I would even advise someone in a positive way, even if I would tell them that, hey, don't worry, don't lose hope. You lost your job, don't lose hope. Or someone put you in some kind of money issue, or someone stole your money, don't lose hope. It's okay, it's a part of your life. I would notice that the other person is up and running and they're happy and they're relaxed, and I would feel very good about it. Like, look, I advised them and they are joyous and they are back in their zone. But the next day, the same thing would happen to me, or something extremely similar to it. I mean, just little bit of change, but the core energy would be same. And I would be in the position where I would actually feel like God is asking me, see, you advise the other person, right? You advise them to do this, to become happy again, or let go of their pain or worry or whatever you were telling them. Even if your intention is good, but God wanted me to practice what I preach. At that moment, it felt like a joke, like a bad joke being played on me. But I would be like, if I can advise the other person, then I have to follow the advice myself. And this was like God's way of teaching me practically how to wade through it. And in some cases, the problem was not getting sorted in a day or two. Like sometimes it would get sorted in a day, and I would be like, wow, I'm fine in a day. But let's say someone lost a job and they would call me up and they would tell me about it. Hey, you know what? I lost my job. And I would tell them, oh, you lost your job. Don't worry. This is going to happen. That is going to happen. Intuitively, I would in a positive way. And I think this also happens so that I don't develop an ego. Because most of the times we develop an ego and we start giving credit to ourselves. And so to humble us down, God would say, you know what? You go through it yourself as well. So I remember someone had asked me about their job situation, and I gave them a very positive advice and a very positive approach, and I uplifted that person, and I was very happy about it. Like, wow, I have uplifted this person. Look at this person is feeling so good and nice. Next day, I myself lost an important job that was paying me well. And I lost it for pretty much a month or more. Now, I was shocked. I was like scared of even advising people after that point. I was like, should I or should I not? Should I say something or should I just be quiet? And then came a point in my life I realized that sometimes some people, we don't need to advise them. Some people, we just need to be quiet and we just need to say, God is going to help you. I mean, we need to direct them to God and not to us. So yeah, I mean, that person's problem got solved, but mine also got solved in due course of time. And then I could see that actually it is God who is doing everything. There's an invisible energy, a supreme energy that's doing everything. And why it wants me to be a more humble person and not take any credit is because actually I should not get any credit. Nobody should get any credit for whatever we are doing. It's always God who's doing everything in our lives and in the lives of other people as well. There are so many things that are automatically happening. I mean, one more thing I saw recently, this is not an old thing, a recent video I saw where there was a group of farmers in a remote area, and even their clothes and even their infrastructure, everything was not at all modern. It was very, very rural, and it felt like those people are living in some other time. Like we are living in 2026 with all the modern facilities. We can go to the mall, buy something, you can order food online. But for those people, they had to dive into the river. They had to do a whole lot of work. They were not even wearing too many clothes and they were wading in some pond just so they could create something. It was a plant-based food item that they were creating. We all actually get it just on one call or one application, online application. It's on our table. It's that fast for us. It's a 10-minute delivery. In 10 minutes, we can get it on our table. But when I saw how in that video, how that food item was actually being grown, produced, and created and then packaged, and then it was coming to us, the whole journey that it made or it's making even right now as I speak, that's crazy. It feels like it's coming from some other time zone, some other part of the world, not even this world, some other world. So we need to be so grateful for everything that we have: electricity, food, clothing. We are living in really high frequency. When we say we live in a world like this, we are living in a high frequency because we don't have to bother about basic things. For those people who are growing and producing it for us, they're living in some place where even these basics are so hard to get, but yet they are contributing in our lives. So we need to be thankful to universe that's making it possible. Anything like simple things, colors, books, notebooks, machinery, devices, somebody in some part of the world is working on it so that it's available for us. So yeah, we need to practice what we preach, and we then need to always remember to give credit to source. We are just a medium, and to be a medium, if God is giving us so much, God is solving our problems, then we need to be really, 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 really happy about it and very, very grateful about it. And then when I look at this, after I say all of this, when I look at this 7 of Cups, you see, it's telling me that eventually all of this up and down, runner, chaser, with surrender to source and faith is actually going to lead you to have different choices. Yes, you will be able to look at different choices you have. 2 most important choices. Number 1 is either you choose to suffer and be ungrateful and be sad, or you choose to be happy and be joyous and live your life, in the right way. You can choose to do that. And today also I was talking to someone over the phone, and they told me that we are trained, and I really like this, we are trained so much to look at everything in a way that it makes us suffer. And we need to overthrow that training so that we can look at things in a different way. We keep overthinking all the bad stuff, but we never overthink the good stuff. We don't even want to. We don't even have a clue that we can do that. Like, actually everything is happening in your mind. If you think about it, let's say your partner is out somewhere, they're doing something, they just call you up and they tell you that, hey, I'm at so and so place. And your mind will start saying, they must be doing something, some fishy business, something wrong to hurt you. But I don't know if they're doing it or not in reality, but definitely at that point in time, it's your mind that is making you suffer and feel miserable. I mean, if in the same moment, you don't have any such thoughts, on the contrary, you say, oh, they're so nice, they call me up and they tell me what they're doing, where they are going, and that's so sweet, and whatever, they must be missing me, they must be thinking about me, blah, blah, blah. Your mood will change, isn't it? So isn't it all about your thoughts and imagination that is actually making you happy or sad in a given moment, when no external person or source can actually impact you? Like, somebody is not sitting next to you, you're not watching them live in action hurting you. It is happening in your mind, you're imagining it, right? Some of you might say, so what if it's happening in front of me? Then too, there has to be a circumstance or a situation or a thought pattern that has led you to be there and to view those things in a certain way. I know this does not justify someone doing something bad to you. It's not easy to deal with it when someone hurts you. I know that feeling is real. But what I'm trying to say is, much before this happens, much before, it could be possible that God is trying to train us make us the solid warrior where we don't even reach to that situation. Maybe it is our programming, maybe it's a story that our mother or our father told us when we were really young. Like, I know a lot of parents, they do this, and I'm not going to blame them. I'm not going to say they are horrible parents to do this. They are obviously programmed. They're going to tell their children, and they usually do it, about how their partner, who's either your father or your mother, has hurt them, or how the relatives have hurt them. And they'll keep repeating these stories like, oh, you know what, your auntie, she was so mean when you were a kid. She used to come. Now, you have a great bond with your auntie. She comes to your house, she buys you gifts, she plays with you. But your mother or your father keeps telling you, let's say it's uncle or auntie, anyone. Your father says, oh, this uncle, he cheated me a lot of money. Your mother's brother or whatever, whosoever it is, cousin, brother, this, that, sibling, or some relative. Oh, he has cheated me a lot of times. He's always creating trouble for me. Now, you might think that this person is an angel, but you have been told 100 times how this person has hurt your parent or any other figure in your life who has authority. It could be your grandparent also. Maybe they tell you stories about partition or some war they witnessed or some story, when they were kids or when they were growing up. And they'd say, oh, when I was a child, this happened, that happened. And now those stories are being told to you like 100 times and you're very scared. That's why I sometimes tell people not to watch unnecessarily all kinds of content. If you like watching something, watch that specifically. But sometimes a lot of information is not good for us. And another magical thing I've noticed, when we change our frequency, the type of information or the type of content that comes to us, even that changes a lot. I mean, I remember when I was younger, I used to see a lot of weird, pervert content. It used to just pop in front of me from somewhere. I am watching a devotional song or something really nice, some funky movie or something, and in between some really weird thing would come up and I would have to be like, oh, this is gross, this is pathetic. And that would play in my mind for days. And I would be like, who the hell made this? Who the hell even uploaded this? Who the hell even allowed this to be on the internet? I would ask those questions. Like, why aren't these things getting banned? If we put something even a bit here and there, it gets turned down immediately. Like, this is not appropriate content, or this is copyright, or this is that, or this is blah, blah, blah. But how come somebody is putting all this out there and millions of people are watching it? So it's just a frequency. Content is frequency. A lot of experiences are frequency. So with the reverse 7 of Cups, I see this is an amazing card over there. You are going to see a lot of options, and those options may not appeal to other people. Like, other people might not agree with you, but that's okay, because you are now relying on your inner intuition. You have become a person who is now relying on their natural organic wisdom and the guidance that comes to you from universe. Either it comes directly to you or it comes to you via someone else who is connected with the mediums, higher mediums or benevolent beings, the watchers. So this guidance is going to show you the best way. It is not of illusion. Had it been upright 7 of Cups, story would have changed. The message would have changed. But here I'm being told that you are now connected with the actual reality, and even if you see no growth in it, even if you feel there's no growth in it, but I see that you are someone who is not going after the external validation or the external stuff or things that seem obvious to other people, but it's not obvious for you anymore. So there can be external conflict, let's say, and a physical conflict or like a debate, or even if you don't debate, someone says something and that's not something that matches with your reality, you would pass it on and you would be thankful for that information as well. But you would be like, this is actually telling me that I don't want this. Same thing happens with the stuff that I was talking about. When you look at something or when you read something, it doesn't match with you, it doesn't vibe with you, you can pass it on. And that actually also helps you. A bad situation, a negative experience can also help you. It can guide you into telling you that this is something that you do not naturally align with. So you can let it go. you can let it pass. And this wonderful feeling, my dear friends, of being able to look at illusion as illusion and reality as reality. The real thing is peace within, going within, observation, relying on source, surrendering, and looking at life with new eyes, new opportunities, new creativity. This is leading to the world. It actually represents new worlds. Very rightly, it is said about this card. It's like you have a new timeline, you have a new place, you have a new frequency, a higher frequency, a subtler reality which opens up for you. And you will be welcomed by people. You will be welcomed by those who have already made to that space. Or people are going to tell you, have faith, it's okay, things will be fine. It doesn't even matter where they are right now, but they can give you a good guidance. Or they are themselves, they are learning some higher lessons. So they've probably already been there, done that. Or at least they know that positive talk and positive thinking, positive mindset can really help. And you need to grab the correct opportunities. You will be able to have discernment to do so. You will be successful. Success will be given to you. It's completion, it's accomplishment energy. This means you're aligned. This means you're integrated fully with whatever you're doing, with your mission, or just a task, or just a relationship with yourself. You are a lot more, almost fully in control. And for some of you, not almost 100% in control of certain thing. You have learned it. Like if you learn to cook a food item every day, first day you might not know, second day you'll be better at it, third day, fourth day, fifth day onwards you'll goof up, make mistakes. But if you keep doing it every day, by the time it's 1 month or 2 months or 6 months, you will be a pro at it. You will be amazing at it. You would know it because you have practiced that many times that now you know it at the back of your hand. That's how it is with not getting controlled by negative emotions and not allowing your brain to play games with you. So yeah, I would like to say for personal sessions and for readings, you can connect with me. You can write to me at the sunamoon@gmail.com after you go through the description box with all the details are given over there. And you can get into therapy with me because therapy is proper hand holding that you get for a good number of time. So if you say like take 4 sessions, depending on your problem, you're getting 4 sessions, 4 good long sessions to work through it, where we can do different tools and techniques. We can use them to release the block, to release the energy. If it's third party energy that's blocking you, if it's whatever it is, if it's narcissistic abuse, if it's demonic attack you feel, negative energies, negative entities, negative messages coming to you, or people acting difficult in certain situations, whatever those things are, you can work through it in a more organized fashion and in a more technical way. That's number 1. And number 2 is you can also get my book, In the Name of Love, A Journey of Finding Your Ultimate Soulmate. It works on the concept of biomimetic mimicry. So sometimes you read good stuff, it's high frequency, it helps you to mimic it. This is where I'm going to close this channeling, this reading session. I will see you in the next one. One love, peace out, and victory to Ram.